Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Candid Meena. Today we have some, interesting piece of news, and especially with regards to Kangana, and we'll see how she's trying to fit into the Bollywood cabal again. So, coming to the first piece of news is with regards to Vivek Agnihotri and Shashi Tharoor. So, in an interesting piece of news, uh, Shashi Tharoor has there was a lot of banter between Shashi Tharoor and Vivek Agnihotri going at each other, and it's like Congress MP Shashi Tharoor on Tuesday, without taking names, hit out at Vivek Agnihotri and actor Anupam Kher for dragging his late wife Sunanda Pushkar into a Twitter spat between the trio over the movie The Kashmir Files, which has been banned in Singapore for being provocative and one sided. Earlier in the day, Shashi Tharoor took to Twitter to share a news report and wrote, film promoted by India's ruling party, Kashmir Files, is banned in Singapore. Now, responding to Shashi Tharoor's tweet, Vivek Agnihotri, who directed the film, shared a list of popular movies which have been banned in Singapore but hailed worldwide, calling Singapore the most regressive censor in the world. In terms of censorship of films, this is what Vivek Agnihotri sort of clarified that Singapore is one of the most has one of the most regressive censor boards uh, for a country in the world. Now, so there was a tweet which stated that, "Dear Foop Doodle, Nash Snub at Shashi Tharoor, for your information, Singapore is the most regressive censor in the world. It even banned the last temptations of Jesus Christ. Even a romantic film called The Leela Hotel Files will be banned. Please stop making fun of Kashmiri Hindu genocide," Agnihotri added. So you can see that Mr. Agnihotri has mentioned the word the Leela Hotel Files. So why has he mentioned the Leela Hotel Files? Is because Suninda Pushkar was found dead in the Leela Palace in Delhi. So this is one of the reasons why Vivek Agnihotri has pointed out that particular point. Now, in another tweet, the director asked where Sunanda Pushkar, who was the wife of Shashi Tharoor, she was a Kashmiri Hindu, and that the Congress MP should delete this tweet and apologize to Sunanda Pushkar's soul. Hey, at Shashi Tharoor, is it true that the late Sunanda Pushkar was a Kashmiri Hindu? Is the enclosed SS true? If yes, then in Hindu tradition, to respect the dead, you must delete your tweet and apologize to her soul. This is what Agnihotri wrote on his Twitter account. Now, Anupam Kher also jumped into this whole into this whole spat, and shared a screenshot of a Twitter thread of the late Sunanda Pushkar and asking Shashi Tharoor to show some sensitivity towards Kashmiri Pandits for Sunanda's sake. Now, this is what he said: "Dear at Shashi Tharoor, your callousness towards Kashmiri Hindus genocide is tragic. If nothing else, at least for Sunanda's sake, who was a Kashmiri Hindu herself, you should show some sensitivity towards Kashmiri Pandits and not feel victorious about a country banning the Kashmiri Files." This is what Anupam Kher tweeted. Now, to all the folks here, I have a question for Anupam Kher. Now, he comes across as someone who is, supporting Hindus, like sort of Kashmiri Hindus, and he seems to be on a bit on the right side. Not is he really putting up an act that he's on the right side, because he never voiced any support for Sushant Singh Rajput or Disha Salian or Jia Khan. So I'll just take a few of the comments. Hi Preeti, how are you? Hi Gloria. Hi Maya. Uh, Maya says in one tweet, Vivek took a pot shot at both Tharoor and Twinkle Khanna. Yes, Maya, that Vivek is quite, forthright, and he seems forthright, and he is very frank in some of his opinions. But again, he took a U-turn in the case of SSR and Disha Salian. But the movie Kashmiri Files is like a very clear sort of depiction of the suffering which which the Kashmiri pundits underwent. So the movie is a true depiction, and that Vivek Agnihotri has done quite a good job in bringing that out in his film. Hi Karthik, how are you? Leela Hotel Files phrase has riled up Tharoor since it got an immediate response from him. Absolutely, Maya. Even now, the Sunanda Pushkar case is quite a mystery, and we don't know what really happened. It's up there with the likes of it's with Jia Khan or with Divya Bharati or with SSR or Disha Salian. So the only thing is in the case of Sunanda Pushkar, there was not much of public anger or towards that particular case. So it's quite it looks quite suspicious according to me. Hi Rochelle, how are you? So friends, if you do like this channel, make sure to hit the like button and share it with your friends. So coming to the next piece of news is with regards to Kangana. Now, Kangana is sort of, trying her best to, fit into the Bollywood cabal once again. After, as you know, like that, she was initially like when SSR had sort of, when he was murdered, that, she was vocal in her support towards SSR. At least in the initial stages, she was interviewed by Republic Arnav Goswami, and she told that the whole film industry, most of the film industry stars, they too take drugs for and they do sort of take drug parties, and so but after a while she sort of realized that she's not getting anything out of it, and as Preeti rightfully said, that she is an opportunist, and she realized that there's no point in for her in terms of her career going forward, that she you know stands in the side of SSRians. So that's when she decided to take a U-turn, and that's when she again went to Ekta Kapoor, and she approached Ekta Kapoor, and told her that we can sort of do a show which is called the Lockup, which is a form of which is an imitation of Big Boss, and you have all these weird contestants locked up in a sort of confined place, and they do all sorts of indecent acts, and this is what sort of catches the TRP of the young audience in India. And in fact, you had Munawar Faruqi winning the first session of Lockup, as we all know, and you know the kind of sort of bias and sort of the kind of jokes he made against Hindu gods, Hindu gods, and especially the Godra incident. So that kind of individual has sort of won that the Lockup first season. So you can see how Kangana has completely made use of all the opportunities, and she's very opportunistic. But now recently she attended a party, an Eid party. So Kangana Ranaut is all prepared for her film, which is Dakkad, and it is she attended Arpita Khan and Ayush Sharma's Eid party. So Arpita Khan is the sister of Salman Khan, and so she was there at Salman Khan's Eid party. She was part of the celebrations along with Salman Khan, Karan Johar, Deepika Padukone, Ranveer Singh, Shehnaz Gill. Shehnaz Gill. So you can see that you have a lot of people who are in support of Shehnaz Gill, and they have said that Shehnaz Gill is a very innocent person, especially when Siddharth Shukla sort of died in mysterious circumstances, which according to media is he died out of heart attack, which I don't believe is the case, and I don't believe that Shehnaz is that innocent of a girl. So you can see some of these pictures where you have Kangana Ranaut, you have Deepika Padukone, Ranveer Singh, and of course Karan Johar at Salman Khan's Eid party. So you can see she's Kangana Ranaut is trying to get back into that Bollywood circle, so that she is sort of cementing her position in getting more film offers and reality show opportunities. Now, this is what she had remarked. She was recently seen with Kiara Advani, and the other day Kiara met and she praised me. She said to watch both the films, which is Dakkad and Bhool Bulaya 2. I don't think there is pressure. I always say everyone is a feminist till they actually see a woman rise. It hurts a bit. I went to the Bollywood party of Salman Khan's. Every person in the party was only talking about the trailer. When you are so impressed by a trailer, all of you, why is it so hidden then? So she even added that she's always the first one to praise others' work. Whenever I see some work, whether it is Pushpa, I praise it. I was the first one to praise the Kashmiri Files. I was the first one to praise Kriti Sanon for Mimi. I'm always the first one. There is no work which I like and I don't praise. It's not like I'll do. So, but if it touches my heart and it's good work, I'll definitely praise it. So the actress also added that she has reached a stage where she doesn't call anyone to the trials of her movies. So, so this is what he she remarked. So, मणिकर्णिका के टाइम पे मैंने काफी लोगों को पर्सनली कहा था, चाहे वो आमिर खान हो, चाहे वो कोई भी. I personally also made calls कि आप मुझे अपने हर फिल्म के ट्रायल पे बुलाते हैं, चाहे वो दंगल हो, चाहे वो पीके हो. आप मेरी फिल्म की भी ट्रायल पे आइए, मेरी फिल्म के बारे में बात करिए. Now I am above that stage. I don't tell anyone anymore. So what Kangana says is that she is so confident and that she doesn't call people to her trials of her film anymore. But at the same time, I have a feeling that she's somewhere insecure of her position in Bollywood, that she doesn't know where she stands, because as you remember, she went against the whole film industry by giving bold interviews to Arnab Goswami, saying that the whole of Bollywood is under drugs. So I don't think that the industry will ever forget that, and it is. I mean, we'll have to wait to see in future whether anything will happen in this regard. So I'll just take a few of the comments. And hi Nitin, how are you? So Ming says Kangana confuses me. While I support her love for the country and her guts to call out bullyweed, I don't know what compelled her to take a U-turn. I wonder if she's kept under the influence by the mafia. So what do you think, Ming? There could be many sort of reasons, Ming. Maybe she is under the influence of the mafia. Maybe she wants roles. Maybe she wants film offers. So maybe she wants to sort of still retain her popularity, at least in the film world, and make money. And sort of maybe she could also be aspiring for a place in politics. This could be some of the reasons why she's doing all this. I don't think so, Karthik. That's why she's back with Kabal here. So Pranita says, I doubt for C. Kangana has done surgery, I think, of late. She's showing off. Yeah, looking at this picture, I think she has done some plastic surgery to her face at least, from the looks of this picture. After her changing her colors, I really doubt her statements about her early days. She played so much of a victim card as if everyone in Bollywood was out to get her. Yeah, Karthik, she sort of, had many sort of relationships in the past with, especially with, you know, uh, Aditya Pancholi. Then she had a fling with Hrithik Roshan. And then she sort of, she had a verbal fight with Hrithik Roshan on Twitter. And then she sort of, had fights with Mahesh Bhatt and many other people like Javed Akhtar. But suddenly she has sort of, you know, made peace with all of them. It seems like that. Kangana is an opportunist and will put a chameleon to shame. That's a very good statement, Meera. The cabal will use her and throw her out after the job is done. Yes, Karthik, this is what even how I see it in the future. Under the influence, threaten to keep quiet under the influence of a substance. Yes, Ming, this could be one of the reasons. Kangana is very intelligent in playing her cards well, so she succeeds to a great extent. Like Shehnawaz, Ankita, Kangana mixes her cards of Bollywood politics pressed to be in limelight. This is a very apt remark by Maya, and I do think she's a very intelligent lady, and she's using all these fronts to sort of get the best opportunity and make use of the opportunity to sort of gain money, fame, and whatnot. Yes, Kartik, it reminds the ABBA classic "Money, Money." Yeah, it also reminds me of that old Madonna song, which is "Material Girl," if you remember that. I feel she is more opportunist than Kabal. Yes, Ratna. Kangana is the insider outsider. The joy on her face says it all. Yes, absolutely. And so now coming to an interesting piece of news with regards to the SSR case. Now, Siddharth Pitani's lawyer reveals his bail plea has been pending since January. Now, it has been a year since Siddharth Pitani was arrested from Hyderabad in the SSR case. Now, this aide of the late actor is still waiting to get his bail. Pitani's lawyer, Tarak Said, said, "We have applied for bail in January, but the hearing is yet to come up in court." NCB sources have stated that action was taken against Siddharth Pitani after they got details from his phone and WhatsApp chats leading to evidence that suggested he had alleged connections with drug suppliers. Pitani had applied for bail quite a few times, but it was denied. He was given special permission by the court to attend his marriage in July 2021 in Hyderabad. And as all of you know, he surrendered himself a fortnight after his marriage. Pitani worked with a graphic design agency and had arrived in Mumbai in 2019 after SSR's friend Ayush Sharma called him. He was offered work on SSR's Dream 150 project. He quit the job after Ayush left Sushant's employment. Pitani took up a job in Ahmedabad but was called by SSR in January 2020 with the promise that he would pay him a salary. He returned to Sushant's employment for the Dream 150 project and stayed with him till the end. As SSR's flatmate, he was the first one to see the actor hanging in his bedroom. Now, so this is what's happening with regards to Pitani, and I do hope justice is served as soon as possible. Karthik, yes. I'm glad that you remember that song. N says, "Oh, OMG! Every time this angel face appears, the tears of SSR will get just absolutely." Yeah, I do hope that and pray that that divine justice, or at least justice gets uh, we get justice for SSR and Disha Salian and Jia Khan and everyone. Patani wants Patani veggie that jail people not providing him, hence he is on hunger strike. That's very humorous, Silky. Pita, I'm not getting bail while Ria manages to be free and enjoying shows how low he is in the ranks of the cabal lad. Absolutely, he's just pawn as far as the cabal is concerned. I think she's trying to cater to both the ends, both Bollywood and SSRians, and wants to make money also. Absolutely, RP. This is a very, very valid point, and she's trying to see where the opportunity and popularity is. Now, coming to another piece of news is with regards to the Gyanvapi mosque. A court in Varanasi will deliver its verdict today in the case related to the inspection of the Gyanvapi mosque. And the court had ordered an inspection in April this year on petitions by 5 Hindu women asking for year long access to pray at a Hindu shrine behind the western wall of the Gyanvapi mosque complex in Varanasi. The site is currently open for prayers once a year. The women also want permission to pray to other visible and invisible deities within the old temple complex. The local court had earlier directed the authorities to submit a report by May 10th. The survey started last Friday but has not been fully completed because of the dispute over videography inside the mosque. The caretaker committee of the Gyanvapi mosque and its lawyers have said they are opposed to any videography inside the mosque. The role of the court appointed commissioner is biased, and there's no such order by the court to enter into the mosque. This is what Abe, the lawyer of Gyanvapi Mosque Management Committee, told media. In an earlier case, a civil judge had declared the mosque to be a property of the Muslims. No plaintiff has sought removal of the mosque. So a lot of things happening there. And Karthik says honey trapping is a big business, and the cabal needs Ria for future purposes. Absolutely, Karthik. And as far as what I understand is now Bollywood films are not doing well, and it's only the South Indian films which are sort of gaining popularity, becoming viral in terms of new songs in YouTube which are being launched. And Bollywood films, there is no sort of it has Bollywood is as far as I'm concerned, it is completely down and out, and it's the South Indian film industry which has films which is going viral, and the South Indian film stars have taken over the popularity of the so-called Bollywood, film stars. Also, I would like to point out that with this comment regarding from Maya, that Kangana is very intelligent in playing her cards. Now, Maya has told that she's quite similar to Shehnaz and Ankita. They know how to sort of act coy and innocent in front of people, but at the same time, they sort of have they know how the cabal works, and they're quite intelligent, and they do have a fan following, who sort of attacks any person who questions their actions. So in this way, they sort of act as an insider for the Bollywood cabal. Not just Gyanvapi, even in Madura case, I believe that the court has allowed for hearing, but sadly in Taj Tejo Mahala case, the Allahabad court has not given permission to open 20 basement rooms. Yes, Maya, I do hope things get better. Um, Moonchild says there's so much PR going on to put the South industry down. It's almost like people can't think and they will tell us what to think. Absolutely, Moonchild, and especially the South Indian film stars are getting so popular that even you have foreigners reacting to their music videos, especially music videos of people like Allu Arjun, Kamal Hassan, then NTR, Junior NTR, and Vijay. So all these film stars, all these key film stars from Tamil and Telugu industry, their music videos are getting so viral in YouTube that Bollywood is getting threatened. Yeah, Mahesh Babu says Bollywood cannot afford him and says his loyalty lies with Telugu industry. Only allegedly he cannot read or write in Telugu. Don't know if this news is true. Yeah, Karthik. In fact, Mahesh Babu has been a leader in the Telugu film industry for so many years. So he doesn't need Bollywood for to remain popular. Kangana is part of the cabal. If not, then they will eliminate her like any other innocent. Yeah, this could be a possibility, Nanda. I don't understand Aamir Khan, Lallu, and SRK acting with girls who are 23 to 24 years old. They are looking like cradle snatchers now. Yes, Bardhan, this is the case, and that's why all these Khans, they don't want any outsider youngster to sort of shine, and that's why you know SSR was sort of sidelined from all the projects, and you know what happened in the end. Let's not get carried away with South film success. Many are funded by Bollywood producers. Yeah, like Kejo produced Bahubali. Plus, it's a very patriarchal industry where women are treated like things. Absolutely, Mink. But she can do nothing alone. So maybe she's keeping that keep your enemy closer thing. Maybe. But I don't think this is one of the reasons. Because I think she's a very intelligent lady. The Taj Mahal case will not be taken so early as it is a very popular site and can create more controversy compared to other places. Yes. Now, recently, Mahesh Babu was targeted and adopted two villages in his money to provide better facilities for them. It's good that these South Indian film stars, if they do all these social activities, which really benefits people, then it's good. Mahesh Babu should have explained what he meant by affordability. The cabal can afford to pay him whatever he wants as it needs a hit desperately. Absolutely. He's someone who has been very clean and Simone for years, Karthik. So he meant he can't be a part of such filthy industry when he gets respect from people down south. And I also understand that even Alu Arjun, I remember in one of the interviews that he's not very keen in taking part in a Bollywood film. But maybe that will change because you never know these how these film stars they'll change overnight, so you can't predict. That's right, so true. He was just a presenter, not a producer. I don't feel like watching any of these South films that have Bollywood actors or producers. It's only a matter of time when it becomes a medium to convert black money to white. Absolutely, Mink, and especially when you have this film RRR, which has Alia Bhatt in it. So you can guess that at least SSRians would have sort of boycotted this film too. So and the funny thing is, I see Alia Bhatt in each and every ad. Whether it's, I think, Cornetto, whether it's an ice cream ad, or whether it's a bike, whether it's a scooter ad. You know, in each and every, almost every advertisements, I see Alia Bhatt. And now, I don't know why she was cast in RRR. It's quite obvious that Mahesh Bhatt has a very huge influence in the film industry, and everyone, maybe in the South, also wants to be in the good books of Mahesh Bhatt. Moonchild, he should have simply remained silent and let the Bollywood cabal make statements. By refuting their statements, he would have obviously come clean. Also, everyone should be united. Please don't get in North versus South, Hindu versus Hindi versus Telugu versus Tamil. Stay put, stay united for to fight against cabal peacefuls and anti-nationals. Please stay united. Yes, SKP. Kangana is a big joke. I used to pity her to her Ritik fiasco. Then I supported her with nepotism and Sushant debates. Now I get annoyed when I see her. Absolutely, you can see what a turncoat she is. She is changing colors like a chameleon. South industry also has rampant drug abuse, as seen in NCB questioning Rana Daggubati, Rahul Preet in Bangalore, and arrest of Chiranjeevi's daughter in a rave party in Hyderabad. Yes, Maya, this is the relationship between drugs and any wood industry, like any whether it's Bollywood or whether it's sandalwood or Malluwood or whatever. So you can see that there's always a deep sort of connect between the drug mafia and the film industry across India, and that's how a lot of these, the black money is turned into white, and you can see a lot of these films. They won't have any sort of actual sale of tickets, and it'll all be tickets. They sort of print it and sort of just make it white. By the way, why is Rakul repeated in so many ad stars? His new muse or what? Um, Rakul in which ad? Sorry, Badar. Alia featured in Fruity ad, and she herself said that she doesn't like to use sugar-based drinks. Absolutely, that's very funny, and it was like trending in Twitter. And these people, they have very thick skin, like Alia Bhatt. Telugu industry fans will not accept and may troll me, but drugs and Telugu industry go back a long way. Absolutely, Karthik, and I think you should continue, voicing your opinions, your frank opinions on Twitter. You should not be worried about what other people think about your opinions. If you are in anything in life, like if you care about what others think, you cannot go forward. You should be vocal about what you think is right, and then you stick with it, and that's how you should be anywhere, whether it's Twitter or YouTube, anywhere. Bardhan meant Ajay Devgan, I think, if I'm not wrong. Okay, yeah. Why is Rakul Preet with this producer's son to bring fundings for his movies as Vidya Balan? I think we should look into that. That'll be an interesting aspect. DV vlogs. Unless we all Indians fight unitedly, we can't protect the integrity of our nation. Yes, Ratna, and it's very important that you share some of our videos to the youngsters and sort of spread awareness. It's not enough that you sort of you be nationalistic and sort of not spread the awareness to the youth. You have to keep spreading awareness, because the left you know kind of people, they have the power of media and PR to sort of enforce their ideals. So you should do it as much as possible in spreading awareness. That's a huge responsibility. I worry for children sometimes, as even if you walk into a club in Bangalore, You can see many youngsters being high. Yes, Moonchild. Unfortunately, in the metros, this is happening, and parents need to take caution. Sunila says she is changed now. No respect for Kangana anymore. Yes, Sunila, she is an opportunist. Jackie Bagnani. Karthik says, I've been told for a long time nowadays it has become too much as Gutterwood PR is on overdrive. Sometimes it really puts me down as trolls are very insulting. Karthik, what I would say is you should develop a thick skin and, sort of continue trolling. Not trolling, I mean, continue voicing your opinions. Sorry. Regarding ads, there is another one by Tourist Bags, I believe, which ridicules new bride being blessed by elders for early pregnancy during Griha Parvesh, as and suggesting bride should go touring places. So all these kinds of brands like Tourista and a lot of these jewelry brands, fashion brands, in the past have made fun of Hindu traditions, and they have sort of apologized publicly after that. So it is up to the the pressure of the public on these brands in mediums like Twitter and Facebook, to put them in their place, right? So it all depends on public pressure. I should become a rhino. Yes, Karthik, you should become a rhino. Absolutely. With due respect to Sushant's sisters, I am sadly losing hope. If Sushant's case will ever go to court, why does me to the do a press conference and tell us what happened on 13, 14? Yes, Daisy, we'll have to wait and watch as to how this will progress. So, friends, that's all the news for today, and we'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Same time. And thank you for all your interesting comments. And do hit the like button and share it with your friends. So, have a good evening and sleep well. Thank you.